president of Azerbaijan, President Aliyev, make it sound Russian. He's a Russian, like Vladimir Putin. Anyway, President Aliyev, that's how you pronounce it, was giving an interview, and he kind of lost it. And I love what he talks about here, talking about journalistic integrity and all that. A bit of a hypocritical stance, but so he was being interviewed by a reporter from the West, I'm guessing, just based on her responses to him. And look how this went down.
No restrictions. And the number of internet users in Azerbaijan is more than 80%. Can you imagine the restriction of media in a country where internet is free, there is no censorship, and there are 80% of internet users? We have millions of people on Facebook. How can you say that we don't have free media? This is, again, a biased approach. This is an attempt to create a perception in Western audience about Azerbaijan. We have opposition, we have NGOs, we have free political activity, we have free media, we have freedom of speech. But if you raise this question, can I ask you also one? How do you assess what happened to Mr. Assange? Is it a reflection of free media in your country?
We're not here to discuss
no,
my
let's
country.
Discuss.
No,
let's discuss.
No, President
In order
Aliyev.
to accuse me, saying that Armenians will not have free media here, let's talk about Assange. How many years he spent in Ecuadorian embassy? And for what? And where is he now? For journalistic activity. You kept that person hostage, actually killing him morally and physically. You did it, not us, and now he's in prison. So you have no moral right to talk about free media when you do these things.
Returning to the conflict, how long...
better return to the conflict, because this is not what you like. You like only to accuse, only to attack. But look at the mirror. Look, I tell many times, before coming and lecturing us, and in your question, accusing me, it's not a question, it's accusation. You talk like a prosecutor. Why? If you're so democratic and so objective, why you keep Assange in prison? For what? You keep him in prison because of his journalistic activity.
I'm not keeping him in prison, President Aliyev. But
you don't like this.
It's not a question of don't like.
You are not used to this.
It's not the subject of our interview.
Only to attack.
It's not the subject of our interview. And with respect, President Aliyev...
It is not the subject of interview, but you raise it.
You raised it.
No, you raised it.
You raised the case of Assange.
You said Armenians, if you don't have a free media in your country.
So, I love that, right? Like, so, I don't know what his original question was, okay? But, he's right. Now, before I get to why he's correct, and those of you who've watched this channel before, you should know. And by the way, before I go any further, I just want to thank the 3 new people who have subscribed to me. That means a lot to me. Keep it going. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. It means the whole world. We're coming up on about a year. June 27th is my 1 year start of this YouTube channel. So, since I started the YouTube channel. So, and the podcast. So, please like, comment, share, subscribe even more. Thank you so much to those who have. So, but Julien, you know why he's right about Julien Assange. So, but he is a dictator. Let's not get anything twisted here. He's a dictator. There's no way to say, oh no, that's not actually true. No, he's not really a dictator. No, he's a dictator, and he does torture. He became president in 2003 after his dad was president, and he's overseen torture, he's overseen murders, he doesn't have a free media like he says. And another thing about him is he's actually one of the most unique leaders in that he's actually a puppet of both the West and of Russia. Right? So normally you can't do that. You can't be a puppet of one and then a puppet of the other. No, you're a puppet of one and you're the enemy of the other. But this guy has been able to get away with being a puppet of the West and then like being a puppet of Russia. And so when he goes after the West, Russia's going to protect him. But when he goes after Russia, the West is going to protect him. Think of it like a child, right? And you got the two parents. You got mommy's boy, you got daddy's boy, and then you got, mama's boy at some point, right? It's sometimes. So when he does something wrong, he's going to go to mom and say, "Oh my God, mom," and the mom is going to protect him from dad with the belt. And then when he has fun times with a girl, or he does whatever that mom disapproves of, he goes to the dad and like, "Daddy, help me." And his dad's like, "All right, I guess I'll help you." Think of it like that. So he's in a very unique position to go after the West, to be able to say these things. And, again, I'll say President Aliyev in Azerbaijan does not have free media. He doesn't have free speech. It's non-existent. Okay, so don't get it twisted. Now, again, he did torture, he did murders, he has seen political arrests, he has seen political imprisonments, he's seen all of it, okay? Starving his people, all of it. But, he's not trying to be the West and take the moral high ground here. Now, look, he is kind of trying to be like, "Oh, Azerbaijan's better." It's not, but neither is the West. So, he's absolutely correct about Julien Assange, though, right? Because what happened with Julien Assange and Edward Snowden and Chelsea Manning, right? Chelsea Manning, Julien Assange exposed and blew the whistle on the deep state, on the military-industrial complex, and he embarrassed them because Chelsea Manning gave him papers, leaked papers to him about the Apache helicopter attack on Iraqi citizens, and then turning around and killing the first responders, and the soldiers were laughing at it during the whole thing. And she leaked that. He then presented it and blew the whistle. And what are they saying here in the West? Throw the book at him. Throw the book at him. Destroy his life. Torture him. Edward Snowden, what did he do? He embarrassed the NSA and revealed that they're going after your Fourth Amendment rights by illegally spying on you without a warrant. And what are they saying to him? Throw the book at him. Right? Throw the book at him. Destroy him. Destroy his life. Kill him. Do whatever you gotta do. All of it. All together. And Chelsea Manning, too. Now, they tortured her and all of that. She got out because of Obama. That's the one good thing Obama did. But then Trump put her back in, and then fans of hers, followers of hers got her out, which is great. Raised money. But, right, he's completely correct. Why is he staying right now in Russia? How many years did he stay in the Ecuadorian, Julian Assange? Why right now is he in a London prison? Why was he in an Ecuadorian embassy for so many years? Because the U.S. just wanted to persecute him and prosecute him and put him in jail for the rest of his goddamn life for 175 years. For doing what? Exposing the powerful. Because when you expose the powerful, you get the book thrown at you. It's not the other way around. Let me fix this. It's not the other way around, right? Edward Snowden, why is he in Russia? Maybe because he had to run away? Oh, why Russia? He's with an enemy. Maybe because Joe Biden, the man who's president right now, and John Kerry, the guy who's in charge of climate summit or whatever he is, called, Bulgaria, called Saudi Arabia, called France, Germany, Mexico, called Bolivia, all these people, and said, you cannot accept this man into your country. Go ahead, do it, but we're not going to help you anymore. So they're trying to prosecute him for exposing the NSA. So he's right. You can't. The U.S. is the do as I say, not as I do country, because the U.S. does not have the moral authority to sit here and go, we believe in freedom and justice and democracy and freedom of speech and the freedom of the press and all this and human rights. Because we're the immoral ones. We're the ones prosecuting people for freedom of the press. That's what we're doing as the USA. So we don't have a moral high ground to stand on. Like, yeah, Azerbaijan is the same way. But the president of Azerbaijan, Aliyev, is saying, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Just shut up. Because you guys are prosecuting Assange, Manning, and Snowden for the reasons you're accusing me. You got no moral high ground to stand on, and he's completely right. He's absolutely right. So, you know, this whole thing of, oh, we believe in freedom and democracy and we need equal rights for everybody. We bring democracy around the world. No, you overthrow governments. You create vacuums for terrorism and slave markets like you did in Libya. And you go in and invading other countries like Syria and starting a civil war there just because you want to take down its president, and you've been trying for decades. So there's no moral high ground for the West to stand on. And this is what he's doing. He's calling it out. He's calling it out because I'm pretty sure the person, the Western reporter who was asking him a question kind of touched on that. And he's like, oh, no. Look, I might be corrupt and I might be a dictator, but what are you? Y'all ain't got no freaking moral high ground to stand on. You're persecuting a man for just telling the truth, journalistic integrity, and you know, you're trying to accuse me of other things? Shut the hell up, boys. Come on. So, I love this clip, and, you know, yeah, he's a hypocrite, but finally, someone had to call out the West, and I love how, no, we're not here to talk about my country. Why not? Why not, dumbass? No, you brought it up. You brought it up. You're the fucking interviewer. You just don't, and I like what I said, no, you just don't want to talk about it because you don't like it. You don't like what I'm saying because it's true. And he's right. So, I love how the U.S. wants to try and be the moral high ground state. Like, oh, we believe in freedom and justice and human rights and all this. Meanwhile, we're aligning ourselves with Saudi Arabia, who's killing journalists like Jamal Khashoggi and committing a genocide like in Yemen, and arming terrorist organizations like Al-Qaeda, Al-Nusra, and ISIS. And then we're aligning ourselves with you know, Israel, who's imprisoning Palestinians, and this week shooting at them and arresting them when they go to the news and say exactly what's going wrong, and doing a bunch of war crimes and forcing the Palestinians out of the West Bank. You know, I love how we're aligning ourselves with that kind of people, with those kinds of people, and then we say, oh, we're the human rights watchdogs, the human rights watchers, and then we're persecuting people on the basis of journalistic integrity. Give me a break.